Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andrew with Black Dragon Studios, back with another episode of iPlay Raid Shadow Legends. Today, going to be going into, let's see here, we're going to be doing one of the keeps. I have not chosen it yet, I just know we're going to be going into a keep. Oh my. Well, these keeps are all closed except for the one that I've already done a video on. Imagine that. Okay, well, let's go into the Arcane keep here, because you all know that potions are a hot commodity in this game for not only ascending your champs, completing challenges, and that's very important because you definitely want all of your 6-star champions to be fully ascended 99.9% of the time. So we're going to be wanting to farm stage 20, which is Void Affinity, which is actually really good for us because we're going to be able to take any affinity into this dungeon and succeed, since all of our opponents are going to be Void Affinity, and we're going to be capturing just those big potions and the medium-sized ones, and then we don't have to worry about that. The small ones, if we need them, we can go back to stage 19, but as long as we can beat stage 20, that's really all that matters here, because if we can beat stage 20, we can definitely beat stage 19, and it's going to be a huge jump, even from just like stage 19 to 20, because we're only paying 2 extra energy, and we're going to be getting a hell of a lot more of these big potions, which are worth a lot more in the game than the small ones or the medium-sized ones. Oh, and this is a very important dungeon to farm because all champions will need these large potions if they are legendary or epic champions to become fully ascended. So the easier we can get them, the better. So let's go in quickly here and choose a team. Let's just wipe this team right off the board and see what we're working with here. We're going to be going against a very light-hitting, I would say relatively light-hitting compared to, say, the rest of the dungeons. He still does give a good smack if you don't have good gear, but relatively speaking, I would say this is by far and away the easiest dungeon that you will ever have to farm in this game, ever have to build for in this game. So that's a good thing. But level 260 AI is no joke. So we're gonna want to bring in somebody who can do some reviving. A good would be Arbiter, people who can revive the whole team, or 𝓑𝓤𝓽𝓬𝓴, somebody who can also heal the team every single turn, deal stuns, crowd control to the waves. 𝓑𝓤𝓽𝓬𝓴 is a great option for this dungeon, but we also don't want to be too slow. I would say anything over 5 minutes is probably not a good run. So we're going to want to probably take someone in for drop defense and weaken. Someone like Venus, who does drop defense and weaken. If you don't even have that, 𝓬𝓬 is a great choice. Does block buffs as well, which is really nice. And yeah, 𝓬𝓬 is just a fantastic option for this type of a dungeon. Now we're going to want to take in some damage dealers. We've got enough. He's got healing and debuff removal as well. Okay, so we got our defensive pairing here on the back end, and maybe a little bit more crowd control than a damage dealer. Like Ninja is a perfect option for pretty much any dungeon. I use him on any of my dungeon teams. He just goes in there and he does well in every single dungeon. No word of a lie. Okay, so there's that. We could take a full 5-man team in here, but honestly, you know, just looking at this roster right here, this roster right here probably would succeed with little to no effort. So what we could do then is take in like a food champ. You know, like I just picked up a Magnar today. So for example, you know, I'm working on my new unkillable clan boss team. Where's my Deacon Armstrong? Where are you, buddy? He likes to hide. See, he's hiding right now. There he is. So we'll just go ahead here. We'll take in the Magnar because I'm definitely he's gonna be my new arena nuker. We do not have an aura. Okay, that's honestly not even a problem. We'll just put 𝓲𝓫 in the lead, and then sil number 2, and then yeah, it'll just work fine like that. Now let's say you don't have good gear. We could take in a 5th and just leave out the Magnar. What 𝓲𝓫 is good for is just AoE damage, and he has a pretty good A1 as well. Does a lot of damage on his own, but he is very squishy, so he's definitely going to need a reviver to keep him alive. If you don't have 𝓲𝓫, any AoE nuker would do just fine here with really good gear. Kale, Marquez, Zargala. Just so many good options here for damage dealers. Magnar would probably work too. We were just looking at him. And then we'll just bring in another damage dealer to kind of round out the damage. So bring in someone like Zargala. And she actually has an accuracy in all battles aura, so we have that now to work with as well. So we'll just go in here, and you see my team power, 228k team power. I'll show you the gear quickly on these champions on Ninja, total stats. This is kind of what to shoot for with Ninja. Pretty good HP, a little bit of attack, high speed. I don't care about crit rate or crit damage. But more so above accuracy. He's almost at 500 accuracy and 252 speed, so he's going to be going really fast. How I got that is 2-piece perception, which gives 40 accuracy and 5% speed, and then a couple pieces of speed gear, speed boots, an accuracy chest, crit damage gloves, and an accuracy banner, an HP banner, amulet with accuracy and resistance, and then a defense ring, because I use him in arena, so nice little reaction ring on him there. And then his masteries is just like for the eagle eye. I was going for the more accuracy so that he could land his freeze in arena. That's really it. Just give him a lot of accuracy, and then maybe a little bit of damage would work just fine on ninja build. And then for 𝓑𝓫, just defensive masteries and support healing masteries is really it for his masteries. Into Fearsome Presence to increase the chance of landing his stun, his AoE stun. And I put him in a reflex set, so he'll have a 40% chance to cool down a random skill at the start of each turn. Speed boots. We got his stats here in a 2-piece perception, 50k HP, 3300 defense. Note that defense is fairly standard for this level of dungeon. 214 speed, we could get that speed up a little bit. 318 accuracy is just fine for this dungeon. Would shoot for at least 225 accuracy to be good in this dungeon. Minimum 225 accuracy. On any champion that requires accuracy. Accuracy 96 on the 6-star banner. It's not hard to get 225 accuracy if you're mid to mid, like end of mid game. Defense banner with double roll of accuracy and a defense ring. Okay, so there's Sil. We've got 𝓲𝓫 here. So 𝓲𝓫 is my arena nuker. He's just built for damage. He's got high attack, good speed, 100 crit rate, 237 crit damage, and 245 accuracy, so he can land some of his bombs. And how I got that is he's in a crit damage gear, 20% crit damage, and then cruel gear, so attack 15% and ignores 5% of enemy defense, crit damage gloves, attack chest, attack percent boots, accuracy banner. I figured that with a triple roll of speed. I just thought I'd throw that in there real quick. And a crit damage amulet. And an attack amulet with the blood shield ring. Masteries on 𝓲𝓫. Just go into Helm Smasher. Really good on 𝓲𝓫. A lot of people spec a little bit too much into his bombs, but he actually does a lot of damage with his regular attacks as well. Especially his A1. So I don't, you know, you could go either way. You could go attack percent on the gloves and give up some crit damage, but I like to do some crit damage as well. So let's put some crit damage gloves on 𝓑𝓵𝓪, shall we? And forget about all the bomb damage. It's not necessary. But do get that attack up as high as you possibly can on 𝓑𝓵𝓪, and the crit rate 100 and the crit damage as high as possible. And the accuracy. That's pretty much it for 𝓑𝓵𝓪. Now we're going to go straight into our second nuker, which is actually my secondary arena nuker, is 𝓬𝓭𝓪. So she's got good attack, 4k attack, good speed, 100 crit rate, 286 crit damage, and 256 accuracy. So she can land her drop defense when she does her nuke, which is really nice AoE decreased defense. And then a swift parry 4-piece set, so 18% speed, 30% crit damage, and 50% chance of unkillable proc when hit with a fatal hit. So in my opinion, it's one of the best sets of gear in the game. You can get that at the Forge by forging swift parry gear. And then she's in an accuracy banner and a crit damage amulet. And I believe we were using 𝓬𝓐 as well. He's in roughly the same territory as Ninja. So just kind of do this exact same thing as I did with Ninja. Do that with 𝓬𝓐. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to waste your time going over like what it... But he has no damage whatsoever. So instead of offense tree, I would go on defense tree with 𝓬𝓐. Is there anybody else that I'm forgetting? We did 𝓬𝓐, 𝓬𝓭𝓪, 𝓑𝓵𝓪, Ninja, and 𝓬𝓐. That's the team we're going to take into our match today. And it looks like I clicked that button to start by accident, so we're going to go right into it. Maybe you should turn up the volume. If this will even work. Oh, I guess I have the volume turned off. Oh well, so you see we're just going to clear off that first wave, no problem at all. All the drop defenses have been placed, and now we're just going to be stunning and blocking buffs. Ninja's going to freeze the whole wave, pretty good. And now they're just not going to get a turn. It's just, there's too much crowd control here. That's why I say we can probably drop out 𝓬𝓭𝓪, honestly, and just bring in a food champion, and it would be just fine. It might take another extra minute or whatever, but it's definitely worth it if you're pinching pennies, or just overall just trying to conserve energy and get the most out of your energy. Try to get as few, you know, drop down. If you could solo the run with someone like 𝓑𝓵𝓪 or something like that, go right ahead and do that. You know, do it your way. The point I'm trying to make here is just to be efficient, right? So we're going to probably have, look by the looks of it here, about a 2-minute 30-second run, which is not bad. This boss doesn't really do a whole lot of much, man. He just does one attack, AoE, attacks all enemies. Oh, there's the sound. I had to click on it. Oh, there's more sound. It's too loud. Yeah. So he just does attacks all enemies and inflicts 75 less damage against targets with active buffs. So you definitely want to be buffing your team against this boss. And Last Stand places a 60% increased defense and 30% increased speed buff on this champion for 2 turns. So he can be quite tanky, but as you see here, he does not stand a chance. Really. 2 minutes, 28-second run, and 2 big potions for that one. There's really no secret to beating this dungeon. It's just make sure that your team is capable of doing what they're supposed to do. So let's go ahead here and bring in the Magnar. And he has the aura. It doesn't really matter. Shazar's aura is arena. So we could still do it. You know what? We could probably even honestly take out Shazar, because 𝓬𝓭𝓪 does a lot more damage, I would say, in this instance. Her gear is just better, plus the accuracy aura. And we could probably still get this run done in like 3 minutes. Maybe 3:30. So Ninja just opens up with his second best attack. I don't understand that. On auto, he always does that. And then Ugo plays drop defense and block buffs on everyone, and now they're frozen. Which is probably a good thing that he used his second, because he's running at a 2-to-1 ratio on these ads anyways. I guess it really doesn't really matter, honestly. It'd probably be better if he just used it first. Yeah, see, they're no match for my team. They can't even do damage, man. Honestly, with 𝓑𝓤𝓽𝓬𝓴, I could probably just go down to 3-man with 𝓬𝓭𝓪𝓬𝓬, Ugo, and 𝓑𝓬𝓬𝓬𝓴. It would take a lot longer, but it would still be, because we're not going to get through the boss half as fast without Ninja. Because he just does so much damage to bosses, man. He is literally the boss king. I've heard so many people, and I used to be on the Ninja hate train, man. Ninja is not to be hated. He's so good in Hydra. He's really good in Clan Boss. He's fantastic in every single dungeon, arena. And he even got me through the final level of Nightmare Campaign with 𝓑𝓬𝓬𝓬𝓴. So I ain't hating. The only problem here is, if you get yourself into a situation where your food champions are dying just before, or constantly dying and getting revived by 𝓑, he's not going to necessarily have his revive up for 𝓬𝓭𝓪, which is kind of a problem. But it is what it is. He'll pick her up eventually. He won't die. But as you can see, the run's going to take a lot longer without a 5th champion in the mix on this team. 𝓬𝓭𝓪's swift parry proccing nicely there, and now we got both ads down, so it's just a matter of time here before, I don't know what this boss is called, but before he goes down. He also has almighty immunity, so he's immune to any stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, block active skills, block passive skills, freers, fears, true fears, petrification, HP exchange, HP balancing, and cooldown increase effects. So your warlord's not going to work on this boss. And that's all she wrote. 337, another 3 potions. Hey, 20-minute video for a potion keep, and we're somehow doing it again. If you haven't, take a moment here to look at this RSL Helper. Fantastic resource, okay, for any raid player on PC. What it allows you to do is auto farm. That's how my run just restarted there on me, because I actually have it turned on right now. It'll run effective resources, so it'll just run your energy until it's at 0. And then it will just keep running the level every time your energy fills up to the amount that it needs to do the level. And it won't use any of your gems as long as you have just clicked run effective resources. You can get RSL Helper on Discord. I will link the Discord to the video if you want, and it'll also auto sell your artifacts as well if you want to farm the dungeons. You can click sell option and you can tell it exactly what to sell, and it looks a lot more complicated than it really is, but just take a look through, read through it, and it'll tell you exactly what. And you can even sell check, like, so say I got an accuracy set helmet of rank 4-star, rarity, legendary, any stats, HP percent, any stats, attack, helmet, HP is on the helmet, any stats, so speed, accuracy, HP percent, and resistance. And see, Rule 2 fan item is sold, so this is what this would categorize as a 4-star item, and I sell all 4-star items at this time, so, but I can literally remove that. I just all added these in. It's a really nice feature that they just added where you can basically just customize it to sell basically pretty much 99% of items you don't want, and then there's just a few here and there that they'll keep for you because you weren't able to like narrow it down enough that it would know how to sell it, which is better, you know, than having to go through every single piece of item individually. And this thing is free, and it's supported by Raid, it's supported by Plarium, it is not illegal to do. And I will also show you the number one thing that it's capable of here after this run is over, because we're still only at 22 minutes of the video. You can actually roll up your gear super quick, and it saves you so much silver. Over the last few days I've been able to farm up like literally 40 million silver without like pretty much spending any gems at all. That's how good RSL Helper is. Basically just by doing nothing. So it definitely gives you the upper hand if you're like me and you want to farm raid but not do anything. RSL Helper is definitely the way to go. Alright, so see, we're pretty consistent with the time, another 3:43 run. Yeah, I'll just go into my inventory here. Oh, I just picked up a nice artifact. I want to roll up this artifact real quick. Real quick. I don't want to roll up that artifact. I looked at that artifact and I said, no, I'm not rolling that artifact up. And let's see here. Proverbially speaking, I don't want to roll up any artifacts that don't need to be rolled up, because y'all know how expensive rolling up gear is in this game, so... yeah, let's go ahead here and roll up this 𝓬𝓐𝓪𝓬𝓏 ring, HP ring, legendary. And just, if you have your RSL helper, to auto detection, it'll change the FPS, which is frame rate. It'll change it to 10 automatically for you. When you get to this screen, it knows what you're going to be doing. So just click the upgrade button and look at how fast it'll go. And it rolled defense, that's good. It rolled HP as well, so we'll keep rolling it. Started with 40 million silver. Got a double roll of defense on an HP ring, that's not bad with a roll of HP as well. So we'll just take her right up to 16. Look at all those fails, eh? This game's sick, man. It's gonna roll defense, flat defense for the last one probably. No attack, even worse. Brutal, man. And then as soon as I come off that screen and go right into the RSL helper again, the frame rate's back to 60. So it's very customizable. It's really, really smart. And it's just so good, man. Saves so much time and energy with RSL helper, it's not even funny. Also, if you guys want, you can check out underneath the video, there's a new merch section on the Teespring website that I have all my merch available for sale. And as well as a bunch of links to my other social medias in the description if you want to go check those out and support the channel. And I have a referral gift package right now for anybody who wants to get their account to level 50. There's 3 slots available. I know it's not a very easy challenge, and a lot of players watching this video have probably already started playing Raid. But if you do that, if you get your account to level 50 and by some chance haven't started playing yet, I will PayPal you $10 once I see that you've done that. Connect with me once you've done that, and I will send you the money. Alright guys, so happy farming, good luck with your potion keep, arcane keep. This has been another episode of iPlay Raid Shadow Legends. My name is Andrew, aka the Black Dragon, and I'm out.
Some cocaine.